Seattle squad is going to be really dangerous.
Seattle's inside! 249! 249! Seattle!
Make some noise for the Seattle Surge!
Action you could ever ask for today. We've got Seattle Surge versus the Paris Legion, and I am expecting the most action you have seen in the last week. As you saw last week, we actually did not win against Dallas Empire with one of the closest, if not the match of the season. There is no other match that can compare to this one. Round 11, Game 5. 0.2 seconds of fuse versus the Paris Legion, and I have not seen gameplay like that in the last before. The match last week, you cannot compare to not winning against after getting eliminated from the majors. We came back, we ended up retraining, we got our vengeance, we came back out on this one top. It was round 11, Game 5. 0.2 seconds of fuse versus the Paris Legion, and I have not seen gameplay like that in the last before. The match last week, you cannot compare to not winning against after getting eliminated from the majors. We came back, we ended up retraining, we got our vengeance, we came back out on this one. Really muted. Okay. Avenging the early exit from the majors, we won against Florida, coming out on top 3-1. Seattle Surge victory. Ours as always. You cannot underestimate us. We are the underdogs. We will come out on top. We're going to take number 1. You will see nobody standing before us that can stand against us. We will come out on top. This will be our season. The underdogs will come. We will show and we will dominate. Christini, what can I say? Absolute slayer. Him and Looney as the duo. I have not seen submachine gun plays like that in quite some time. Looney's brain power alone, a genius. He's the brains of the operation. I'm really hoping today that he shows up when we get to the search and destroy match. His brains, I really think, will determine whether or not we come out on top of search. I think it's probably one of our strongest suits right now. Out of all the game modes we can play, I think there's no one who can beat us in search. I will say that with a bold chest and as much confidence as I can. We are number 1 in search. As far as hardpoint goes, we're going to go right into that. We're going to start off with a bang. I'm expecting Gunless to show. I like to call Gunless the icy hot. You guys haven't noticed. Takes him just a little bit to start, but once he kicks in, nothing can keep up with Gunless. He's the icy hot slayer of Call of Duty. He has showed that for every title that has come out, and he's going to keep showing that for every title that continues to come out. But today, I think he's going to be the absolute slayer with Octane in this hardpoint matchup. If I had to take a prediction, I want to come out and say I'm expecting a 250 to 183 score with Octane and Gunless being the 2 major key players. I am expecting some major retakes from those 2. Looney's brains of the operation, I'm hoping can carry over to Control. I really am. As you saw, Search and Destroy, he's a fiend. He is the shot caller, the leader, the captain, IGL, everything you could ever want from a player. Looney has that. He is the veteran, the warlord of the scene. He absolutely shows up when you need him the most, and today we need him the most. But I'm really hoping that the underdog card continues, the story continues, everything that you expected of us. We prove that we are here to stay. We are not just some lower tier team. We are the top for a reason. Top 3 undeniably. If you take into account everything that we've amassed so far, I really think that this might be one of the best underdog stories you've ever seen. The Giant coming out on top, I do not expect anything less than greatness. If you want to look as good as our players as well, do not forget that we have our shop, shop.seattlesurge.gg. All your Seattle Surge merch, including jerseys and more, hoodies, fantastic. Yourself some today. Going to the rest of the gameplay, though, as you can tell, the players, they're warmed up. They've been here. I've been getting to watch them off stream. I've been getting to watch their shots. It was looking immaculate. Everything was ready. We did get to see some bot gameplay leading up to it. Everything on the stream's end looked beautiful. I am really expecting that today's gameplay and the stream does not match the weather, because I'm not sure where you guys are, but all these storms out there, I hope everyone's staying safe. But enjoy the Call of Duty gameplay that we can provide for you today. Beautiful. Awesome. Let me pop that open really quickly. Oh, Morgan and Baby Hub actually came through. That's incredible. Pristine needs to be let off his leash. When you say that, I'm actually curious as to what you mean, because I think Pristini, while being absolutely a gunner and probably one of the greatest players you've seen in this scene, I think that Pristini plays better when he plays with his team. Genuinely, if you think about his gun skill, he's a top tier player, undeniably. You can't really put anyone up against him and be like, oh, Pristini's going to lose. You expect him to win, but this isn't a solo game; it's a team game. Every game mode is based off your team: search and destroy, control, hardpoint. Can't do anything without a team. So if you let Pristini off the leash, that leash might come back to bite you. Okay, you never know. The leash sometimes serves a purpose, and I really think that even with the leash that you think he's on, I still think Pristini's going to show up and surprise you. I really do. I don't think anything you see today is going to make you look back at today and think today was a bad game. I think Pristini's really going to show up. Octane is the captain now. Rudy Surge from the homeland and south of Seattle. That was absolutely beautiful. My friends call me for being a certain. Nah, listen right here. Okay, we're gonna prove your fans wrong. Your friends are gonna get proven wrong right now. Today will be the day we're absolutely going to show you everything you've been anticipating. And remember, round them out. Good look. I can't wait to see how this game goes, and I hope to see the rest of you, Seattle Surge on top, always.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is presented by USAA Insurance, auto, renters and home insurance that's made to help the military community protect what they've worked hard for.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. It is now time to get our first series of the day underway. Paris Legion taking on the Seattle Surge, and everyone has their last-minute stretches. They get everything out of the way before we get into today's games. My name is Miles Ross, his name is Chance, and we are very excited indeed to take you through this one. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm feeling a little blue, to be perfectly honest with you. That's just because we only get to cast one match today, and today is just stacked full of bangers. I mean, the first match we have, it is two dangerous-looking teams going at it. Then we get Dallas versus Minnesota next, which is fantastic, and Optic to close out the day. So I'm excited to at least be able to watch all of these matches, Miles. Should be a good time.
Three very exciting courses coming up, but we're going to start you off with this entree or an appetizer, depending on what part of the world you're in. Ladies and gentlemen, put your mitts together. It's time to meet Paris Legion.
wonderful start here from Paris Legion. Paris Legion just about pushed that player off the hard point.
Just can they clutch up and go big?
Classic just being aggressive in the plane.
Fire's got to get on the bomb, and he will. He finds the kill.
Unbelievable stuff.
Awkward from the back end, able to pick up 3 along the way.
Paris Legions.
What a round.
Paris Legion Sharks, the team on the up and up. We've seen some mixed results from them, but honestly, the last time we saw them play, I think it was a bit of a disappointment for me personally against Dallas. I thought they were going to put up a bigger fight, but nonetheless, Paris Legion have gone from strength to strength all round. Scraps, Classic, Aqua, and Fire. Not a bad teammate. They're starting to really turn heads here in the league.
Well, and I'd say, like, calling them on the up and up is actually kind of interesting, right? Because they've actually just been dangerous pretty much the entire year, but they have struggled at times. They're not quite beating these top teams consistently, but outside of that, they've looked fantastic, and really, it is just a question of once these guys start to continue their improvements, they get even more dangerous, crack into the top 4, and of course, the hope for them eventually is getting one of those major wins.
A major win would truly be the dream, but they have to get through their next opponents first. Last time we saw them play, it was a riveting Game 5 against the Dallas Empire. Today, who the hell knows? Ladies and gentlemen, the Seattle Surge.
Lord, son! Finds himself another one!
Pristini looking dangerous.
He's just ripping the entirety of the Gorillas. Wow!
Aggressive is always Diamond Con head rip off.
Looking to find a few more, but Gunless absolutely rips his way through the 3 of them. 249, 249, Seattle won!
Seattle Surge, again, another squad that has completely turned their season around, already looking more dominant than they have done in Stage 1. We'll see if they can't keep the run going for Octane, Pristini, Looney, and Gunless. Success, I mean, it's a funny-looking thing for these boys. They've had their moments, and I think they'd love to replicate that performance they had against Dallas. And Paris Chance, it seems like the best possible opponent to do it to.
I mean, honestly, it's just like a bit of a trial run if you're playing against Paris, right? Like, if this is a team that you can beat, well, then you know you're on your way to being one of the top teams in the game. But I think both of their series against Dallas is a good look for where they're at, right? Paris was close in the respawns, couldn't quite close them out. And then for Seattle, they doubled up on the round 11s against the Empire, fell short in both of them. So clearly knocking on the devil's door. The improvements from Stage 1 have been evident. For Seattle, it's just about seeing how far they can go. And, well, taking a look at their keys to victory, well, Pristini is the key man, right? Throughout Stage 1, the SMG duo was not fantastic on Seattle, but he's been balling out in the past 2 series that they had. Went from a 0.8 KD, I believe it was, all the way up to a 1.12. So he's turned his individual game around. And I think every single player on Seattle has been feeling it. All of their KDs have had a nice bump. You got Gunless with just like twice as many assists as he was getting before. Pristini went from the 4th in kills on his team per game. Now he is #1 in Stage 2. If he can get that going, Miles, well, this team, again, will be a force to be reckoned with.
It seems to be one of the true keys. On the other side now, Chancellor, Game Fuel keys to victory for Paris Legion. You've said that Aqua needs to have strong performances in S&D. Talk me through this one.
I mean, clear-cut X Factor, I would say, for the team. When he is having success, the team plays fantastic. When he is getting beat in those AR gunfights and Search and Destroy, that is when it's not going great. That's why there's, that 0.8 gap just within the KD. But I think he is a player especially that when he is on point, I mean, he genuinely looks like one of the best Krig 6 players in the game. Just needs to keep it going. And, of course, for the checkmate play, well, map number 5 will be checkmate S&D. We know how Seattle likes to play it. They love making those A Street plays. And if you're letting that map get through, this is like Seattle's favorite Search and Destroy map for game number 5. If Paris is letting it get through, well, they need to make sure they have a game plan for it. For the other maps and modes go, a couple interesting ones come through, like Apocalypse. Both of these teams have only played it once. Obviously, it's a new map, not a ton of information there. And then to take it further, Moscow. This is the first time Paris has played it all year long. This, honestly, is an incredibly difficult series to predict. If you get it right in your pick'ems, it just means you're on point because there's just not a ton of information as you go down the line.
We hope your pick'ems are all set, locked and loaded, friends, because if they ain't, well, it's too late for that now as we get into game number 1. We're going to a Moscow hardpoint to start this one off. Very, very interested to see, Chance, just how we measure these 2 squads up. Again, the last time we saw Surge play, it was a delight against Dallas. The last time we saw Paris play, it was Dallas as well, but it wasn't as delightful. It was a little lackluster, and I think for the one player I was really keeping an eye on there was Fire. Fire didn't have an ideal series against some of the world's best, but a rebound, and I'm sure a lot of soul searching and a bit of a chit chat between the squad. Hopefully he's able to turn that frown upside down. Here we go, mate, into Moscow.
And I think your head is completely in the right place. It is very much a theme when you're playing against some of the top teams in the game. Your SMGs are oftentimes going to suffer. So if he can start off pretty strong, get the ball rolling, and get some confidence, well, Fire starts improving again. You take a dangerous team and you turn him into one of the best in the world. First off the rip, though, you see the battle for those P2 spawns. It looks like classic. He plays nice and safe over towards Plat. Make sure he keeps it for the team.
Wow, Classic just hit the FTL jump there to kill Gunless. Like that was something special, just to make sure that right-hand side of the map is locked down. But all things considered, Paris, those players there in the white arrows on the mini-map, of course, Surge in that lovely teal, they will be now still continuing to push through. Pristini eyes all over it. Oh, Fire wins a big one. That's going to make the opening for the members now of Paris Legion are getting through the back. Spawns have now flipped. Great move there from Paris Legion. A big 1v1 win for Fire. His first kill in the game, but a very important one indeed. Now over towards the other side of the map, we're going to see Scraps hold that lane down chance, and it's maybe time for Seattle Surge, but with that second hard point, it's going to be all Legion.
All Legion as well. They got the setup that they wanted. They did get the first wave of gunfights broken down, so Seattle's able to push up through the street. And, well, now the pinch is actually being set in. That's why these players street side are taking their time, because Looney getting in position over through White. Seattle, they really want to make sure this push is effective. They took their time to make this happen.
Yep, taking their sweet time. There comes the opening fights. The trades now are on point. Aqua from top of the police department, a power position indeed. Has to watch both the players in the hard point and the players in the street. And it's going to be Gunless who brings him down. Classic bringing that submachine gun to the front line, looking for the entry. There's going to be Pristini as well. So Paris Legion playing this fantastically after what was not a perfect start, but with 20 seconds remaining on this hard point. Rotation's already underway. Takes a long time to get across Moscow. We will see the remaining time go the way of Surge. So chance, all things considered, not a bad start for either team. Paris, though, lined up for the next Fountain Hill. Fire locking down the backside here of the Center of Culture, or the Library. Gunless and co. now lined up trying to make the push.
Which is why you see Seattle taking a very cautious approach to these breaks. But hey, if you make them work, that's what they're there for. 40 got 3 players right now hitting around the back. And again, Looney trying to be the man that pinches, but while he gets shot down, his teammates have swarmed the back, effectively blocked those spawns. All these kills, Paris, now start to spawn out. And you got enough bodies here. You should just be able to break the hill. Once you make that call to make your move, should come clean and easy. And well, it took a little bit too long, but there you go. Job done. ARs get the gunfights win. You get the bodies out of the hill. And the structure from Seattle right now on point. Gunless, the leading man, 5 kills in a row for him.
5 kills in a row for him, but now a decent looking hold. They're going to be able to take this time, maybe even rotate. Seattle Surge looking to pull this game back. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in. Seattle Surge.
I'm trying to help you. He spawns back. I think he spawned to the back. I'm looking pinch. I'm looking the back. I'm trying to look the back.
Yeah, one's front, 2 front, top us.
One in the back. Don't be in the back.
I'm down on time, guys.
Fucking, yo, he's mini on you. They spawned to the back. They have a spawned to the back.
I don't know where it is.
I'm holding out, okay? I'm
Yeah,
holding out.
you have that. I'm on a 5 still, guys.
Mini, 100%.
I have your mini. I have your mini.
Yo, here, she can look
from him. He's weak in mini. I'm premium.
Fire.
Mini, one blood.
Double bust, guys, double bust.
Mini is mini, absolutely.
Still behind bust. Top bust, I think.
Gonna hold you, Dark. Close up.
Mini. Rails.
Let me know when you're ready, Pierce.
I'm in mini. Rails dead. I'm holding mini. One boy here.
One deep.
I'm kind of close to street, guys. Holding mini.
I'm just staying down for you.
I'm holding our pinch, guys.
Yeah. I'm dead.
I'm challenging front now.
They're left heavy. They're left heavy on my tower.
Mini, one shot. I can get your mini in two. Dark right now, Dark Nick.
One behind him.
Still dark.
Yeah.
Still dark right now, Dark pillar.
I got scraps on hold.
Dark pillar, scrap. Oh, P2, I'm in full dead. Spawn behind me, guys. Spawn behind me.
In you, Yuli.
Nice. Hold street. I'm holding P2, or I'm holding Esky still.
I'm in there, guys.
Chance, there it was, the comms from Seattle Surge. Mate, you brought up the patience of these players. How did you enjoy the comms?
The comms, honestly, sort of the same. This is some incredibly structured gameplay right now from Seattle. Even the comms, you got Gunless talking, he's picking up street. Pristini making sure his teammate knows that he have Eskies. And, well, both of those players do get chopped down, or at least Pristini through Eskies. But Seattle still with the setup. But I think one of the crazier things, literally on the P2 and P3 hill, Seattle, I mean, they took their sweet time to go for these breaks, and that's not a criticism, right? That is just making sure that everyone's in the right position they need to be, everyone's working together as a team, and maybe it doesn't turn into a crazy lead for them, but with that 4 down, the spawns for next Seattle, if they keep playing like they did early on, might have a decent chance here on Moscow. Oh. Great so far.
Great indeed. Look at Octane checking out the feet. Maybe not the kink he wanted in that position, but he managed to get quite a lot of tags there as those players came through. Eyes on at least 3 pairs of Paris Legion players as they made their way through. Now you can see the push through streak. We've got Seattle once again in the hill, but it's Gunless. Once again, Gunless from the back line, dealing the damage. Just 14 and 6 overall, looking to find the 15th. Not a chance. Scrap's going to cover fire. Looney has that one covered. Extinguishes him before he can even get close to the hard point. And Chance, this is a brilliant hold from Seattle Surge. Watertight so far. Not a lot's getting through. 2 members now making their way through the front. We're seeing Octane and Gunless there. The Wombo combo holding that line down. Scrap's trying to make an effort towards the side, but it's simply not working out. Can Fire even get a contest? No, boy, it's a full 60 for Seattle Surge.
And keep in mind, for Seattle Surge, Gunless is still sitting on those streaks, so you just had a full 60 on this hill. Gonna bump up the lead by quite a bit. You get good streak usage here, and, well, you pretty much win the game. Of course, Paris, well, they know this, right? They're double stacked up in gold. They got one guy that can get to Library if he needs to go for that quick escape, and, well, some good gunfight wins early on. You're chopping down the Seattle players before they can get near the hill. You're just buying yourself time before these streaks get called in.
Oh, Scraps, somebody help him. 17 and 14 all alone. Here come the streaks from Gunless. Eyes on those players. Going to make that hard point a very dangerous place indeed. Soften them up with a bit of a barrage. There goes the shots. No one gets taken out, but you push those players on the inside of the library. And here comes Gunless making his way forward. Pristini, Looney already on the flank. They've spawned in the back. As the players there in elbow, and Aqua's going to win one gunfight. Can't quite win the second as Octane rips him to pieces. And this is absolute perfection from Seattle Surge. Back spawns control. They've got all those members of Paris coming through the middle of the map. Looney just has to slow these players down, keep the clock ticking, keep the hard point in hand. And Chance, this is looking fantastic for Seattle. And oh my God, I take it all back. It's a clean 4 down. Oh no. Well, Paris, they're going to get the next one 15, but oh, okay, there you go. That's a nice change.
Yeah, truest form of a caster curse right there, but I was right there with you, man. It was near perfect gameplay, but the clean 4 down can be tough, and, well, that's exactly what Paris is going to need, right? Because you're going into this street hill down 70. It is not easy in the slightest to lock this hill down from either side, and Seattle, again, as long as they keep things interesting, just make these hills scrappy, they will end up winning this game. And, well, scrap is exactly what's going on. Hills traded back and forth inside the point, and nice gunfight wins from Octane. Again, as long as every single player from Seattle is trading out their lives, they're going to be good to go. So when they come from street side, well, Scraps trying to make it problematic.
Problematic is one way of putting it. 23 and 16 overall, currently on a 3 spree. We saw Gunners pick up streaks earlier. I wonder if Scraps can do the same. Important position to be in right now, watching that back bust. But you can see most of the play from Seattle coming through the middle of the map. Pristini and Octane through pillars. They managed to get at least one out of that. Up Fire comes, finds one. Just manages to singe the top there. Can he get Gunless as well? No. He's going to go down. So once again, Seattle Surge with a great break here on a tough point, but still 10 seconds. Going to go their way. Very important time nonetheless. Every second counts here on Moscow. We go back to the center of the map for the third and potentially final time in this map. All things considered, Chance, it's been a nice start from Surge, but they have to close out strong. We've seen that happen a few times. Teams with a nice lead just fizzle out towards the end.
Pressure's certainly on, especially if you're dealing with Scraps right now. Man has 25 kills, and you look at his teammates, clearly level of production not there for the moment, but Classic with the big win, and Fire's able to pick up 2. So just like that, effectively another clean 4 down. Paris have flipped the spawns, and more importantly, in control of the hill. Scraps responsible for Street. His teammates pushed up Eskies, and, well, Street might be the opening. That's where Classic is trying to fill in that hole, but frankly for Paris, I mean, you're making the best of a pretty dire situation. Lead has been chopped down to just 30, and again, the spawns have been retained, and Fire, if he can stay alive, might have been nice for the team, but at the very least, the final few seconds going to end up contested.
Yep, Classic's going to be on point. It's going to be a nice 2. Does land it. Classic. Teammates are there to back him up. The kills there through mid are working out fine. All the time, mostly going the way of Paris. And with that now, Surge, one final push now towards this hard point. They can basically seal the deal. Can they get it done? 3 men through mid, trying to clean out the street side. That's going to be on Gunless in just a moment. Already on the flank. Here he comes, in from behind. Looney now leading the charge. Gunless hitting the streets. Paris, though, this could be the turnaround they desperately need here in this Moscow hardpoint. Gunless, though, once again, finding those kills at range. Now comes Looney. through the apartment side. Flashed up, but not a problem. The squad is going to overwhelm these members of Paris, but the defense seems to be holding for now. Fire, holding that line down. Scraps top PD, doesn't let it waver for a second. What's Gunless got? As he makes his way forward, the shots are there, but once again, Matty Marshall from top PD landing the shots. Octane now makes his way another point finally, and we have a bit of a contest. Finally, you see these players brought down. Scraps has to come far forward, but what a hold it was from Paris Chance. A much tighter game we have now.
Yeah, might have been a good hold for now, but now it's going to be about that break, right? Gunless has pushed out those back spawns. He got Looney set up on the head glitch as well. And frankly, for Seattle, they don't even have to play for the hill right now. They are playing for the kills. And, well, Gunless, the first one to strike, has two players he's dealing with the back end. And you can see the crossfire being set up, but Looney does get chopped down. Gunless trying to stay alive, and job well done. Bristini there to clear him out in Seattle for that early control. The kills is what they need. The kills is what they got.
They got it, and this could be it. 25 now for the win. They're going to dive off the hard point for a moment, survive this wave of attack from Paris Legion, get back onto the point. Here they go. Gunless lines up the first. Pristini's going to back him up from behind. Finds one more kill there on point. We do, and that's going to be into the hard point. Now to start to reap the rewards of their hard work. Looney watching the back. Three-man push now through mid from Paris Legion. Can they find anything here in these dying seconds of the hard point? No one to be found. Gunless is going to get another one there. Classic trying to make his way through the front. Pristini's on a 5 spree. Pristini's looking dangerous. And with that, Seattle Surge, they will take map number 1.
Map number 1 in, again, a structured and efficient and clean manner. When they needed streaks, they got them. When they needed good holds, they got them. The rotations on point. And I'm not even kidding, especially so earlier on, but even on the P2 break that they had in the final moments, I mean, that's just clean work. That is taking their time. That's patient. That means the comms are crisp and clear. That's kind of performance. I kind of wish I was a fly on the wall for their practice just to see how they talked it over. Maybe that's just the level of structure they're bringing to Moscow. Maybe we'll see that they bring it into new maps, but that's just clean work for the guy. That's another day in the office kind of performance.
Yeah, great stuff all around from Seattle Surge, starting the series off with a bang. And I'm going back to the breaks, man. The breaks were so clean, and I wonder whether that's more Surge playing those brilliantly, Surge playing those so patiently, or Paris maybe not having enough priority there when it comes to those players in the back, really letting those squeakers get through. Quick look at the stats though. Scraps went absolutely massive there for Legion, really leading the entire lobby in damage, all things considered. But hey, man, gotta give it to Surge. A clean and concerted effort across the board. They managed to pull home that big map win. Moscow Chance is all theirs. Nice start to the series.
And you got to point it as well. You got Fire going double negative. He's effectively getting picked apart. So maybe when things aren't as fast paced, not as mixy, maybe players like Looney and Pristini taking full advantage. But strong start for them as much as you want on Moscow. And of course, now for map 2, we go to Miami. See what they can do around South Beach.
Let's see what they can do around South Beach. We're going to take a very quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to Miami, baby. So everyone, bring your flip-flops or your thongs, whatever you call them in this country. Get some sunscreen on, even though it's nighttime. We'll see you after this break.
Seattle squad is going to be really dangerous.
Seattle's inside! 249! 249! Seattle!
Make some noise for the Seattle Surge!
The Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Welcome back, mesdames and messieurs, to the Call of Duty League. We are almost ready to get into map number 2. Seattle Surge maybe missing a couple of players for now, but that's fine. We're on a little break as Paris Legion, they go down in that first map, chance on Moscow. Now, a nice look at the quick scope brought to you by Scuff at the overall series between these two teams. And again, Surge have managed to turn this all around. The only major glaring weakness in their gameplay is still that control.
Well, and again, the part about that control record that cracks me up to no end is the one win they have in that game mode was against the Dallas Empire of all teams. And again, their success, most of it has come from stage 2. So I think really the story of Seattle just needs to be their level of improvement. And then on the flip side, for the Paris Legion, well, Search and Destroy, they've had good moments, but overall certainly have been struggling, right? Record certainly not the best. Last place in the league on attacking rounds is never a stat you want to see. And even just the KD, just the wild difference they have when the pressure's on them to make those plays, not ideal. They get a post up with the ARs, and maybe a map like Miami can be perfect for them. These defensive rounds come into effect. Well, KD jumped up by about 0.5, so Miami's going to be a fun one. You got Seattle 0-2 on this map. Meanwhile, Paris, of course, 2-2. And this is why I'm looking at a player like Aqua, right? Your KD is ridiculously high when you're getting the wins. Miami is the perfect map for the AR players to get hills. We know we can expect them to play up in top visitor center on defense. We know that is one of the most important roles. If Aqua has success over on that side, defensive wins will be that much easier for the side of Paris. Of course, for Seattle, well, they've been a creative team in Search so far. Excited to see if they have any more tricks of that.
Miami, one of the finer palettes for painting a fun search and destroy game, I think, in Cold War. So let's see what these artistes have got up their sleeves. Bob Ross springs to mind. No happy little mistakes in this one, friends. We want to see some squeaky clean gameplay as we go to Miami, but there we go. Mate, I've got some explaining to do. I realise thongs. I know across most of the planet it means something very different, but to Australians, it's actually a flip-flop. It's what they call flip-flops. So I realise I may have just thrown out swimwear references, but I was actually talking about footwear. So sorry about that, friends. I know a lot of you thought of Borat immediately, and I'm glad you did. But over we go now into our first offensive round for Paris Legion on the attack. Let's see what they can bring. See those KDs make a change, and already Octane, he's hurting, has to back on up. It looks like a heavy A push right now. You have to keep one eye on Classic making his way through the middle there. You can see him just to the right-hand side, fire over the B-bomb site. Just trying to make a little bit of noise, a little bit of damage, but we're trying to keep the options open right now for Paris Legion on attack.
And it certainly does appear that they're trying to wrap back towards this B site, and depending on the timing, they might be okay. Right now, it's only Gunless that's actually watching over it, and of course, the spot that Pristini's playing in, he's got options. He can make for a play for Piano or wrap back to site, and well, he chooses to wrap back at the exact moment that Paris are now making their approach, and the timing could not be better. Gets shots on one player, but can't quite take him down. Aqua for the first blood.
Managed to land the first blood. Pristini sprays all over the place, lands a little bit of damage, but not much more to get the kill. Final 30 seconds remaining. Octane, can he find a kill at all? As Aqua's about out to plant the bomb. No, Gunless manages to save the day just in the nick of time. Final 20 seconds now. Still covering the bomb site. Big 1v1 win from Classic. 4 HP left and still on point. The nades are there, keeping the bomb in position. Now on Looney. 1v2 situation. Can he find something here as the bomb's about to be planted? If they kill Looney, it's over. The bomb's going down. Scraps with the high ground. It's a wonderful position to be in right now for Paris Legion. Bomb planted. Looney in the 1v2.
And Looney, well, he's got options, right? He saw both of those players cross over, and well, he's taking shots on the first, but Classic can stay alive. And well, you see the plan. Scraps has gotten back to the heady. Looney takes care of the first, but now the big problem he needs to solve, needs to find out a way to take this gunfight and take it well. And frankly, for Scraps, massive advantage for him, but Looney able to close the distance, try to get in close, gets the shots in through, has to take out the pistol, looking for it, finally gets it. Job done by Looney. 1v2 for the first round dub.
Oh boy, that is not an easy gunfight to win for Looney, and he makes it look fine. Not a chance in hell, Paris Legion. That was a round I thought they should have had. Surge pulling it back from the absolute jaws of defeat. Chance, what a move. This final kill. Good stuff out of Looney.
And the final kill is clean. Him putting Scraps in the back of the map, I appreciate. Him throwing out the trophy straight in his face, I also appreciate. But I think the smartest part about that entire sequence, when he hears Classic pick up the bomb and gets him weak and knows that Classic is forced to plant, he doesn't slide out for the ego chow. He doesn't try to make the hero play. He knows, let's throw shoulder, get the information. Player gets shots from up top, and he's like, hey, I'm not going to be able to win it from this direction. I need to reposition. So Looney taking his time to make the plays, and well, now he's taking that bomb over towards A.
Oh, he was taking that bomb over towards A, but there seems to be a bit of an issue in the delivery process, thanks to Scraps. Gunless is going to get the quick retrieval and now immediately back over towards A, but you've just lost a man for Surge. Now the approach is going to be that bit more difficult. Gunless going to wrap back just for a brief moment. Again, there's two members now of Seattle Surge looking towards mid. Steeny from the driveway does find one. Octane is basically out and about in the middle of nowhere. The difficult situation right now for Surge is, again, Paris have moved forward in the map, now trying to pin them down towards the backside of that large hotel. And this is a situation right now for Paris where you can keep them pinned, that's great. Keep the clock burning. There's only 30 seconds remaining in the round, but all this damage helps. You do have to be mindful, though. As soon as you cross out into the open, there's going to be situations like this where, oh boy, a big win from Classic. Now it's 20 seconds left on the clock. It's a 2v2. The bomb down in the middle of the street over towards the B site. And here comes the push. Pristini able to maybe get this Classic. Eyes on the first. Able on to get the second. No, now it's a 1v1. What a weird round this is. 10 seconds remaining. Fire. He's on the wrong part of the map. Pristini's going to be able to get the bomb down. And it's a 1v1.
He doesn't have the bomb planted, though, for the old Doc's Heady. So I don't know if he can go over towards there. And, well, he might know it. Plays up top piano when Fire's going for the full wrap. I think what Fire's expecting, he can kind of tell where the bomb's planted for, so clear out back alley first. But while I say the bomb isn't quite planted for Doc's Heady, still you can't defuse with it. It's just a slightly more difficult angle for Pristini, but obviously now full advantage for him, and Fire, he is running out of time.
Yeah, shoes on the other foot now. Fire's going to have to do what Looney did in the last round. Can he make his way forward? Was Pristini going to have the guns up? Eyes are on him. Maybe take the fight. Oh, and he's going to reposition. Fire's going to have to take the push. He has to take the bait, and Pristini reads him like a book. Seattle go 2-0.
And that is honestly the perfect adjustment from what we saw the Doc's Heady play from last time. He's like, hey, I know he's going to come hunt me down. As long as I get around this corner, I am good to go. And these are two very spicy rounds on offense. These teams are taking their time. I thought for a moment, once that bomb falls like right next to half wall in the street, that there's almost no way. But Pristini gets there in the nick of time. The trades were on point. And by the skin of their teeth, Seattle do find themselves up 2 rounds to none. And I think at this point, I kind of just want to see an aggressive B hit, man. If you start taking your time on Miami too much, it can be so difficult to sort of range yourself. Like, just go for it. Hit that full send in through garage, and maybe this is what Paris is going for.
Yeah, I think finally they're like, all right, let's get some action. Let's get the blood flowing. Looney, ooh, nice shots into Scraps. Makes the opening read. With that, pushes them straight back. Octane's already coming towards the front of the map. He's moved away from A. Again, the AR rolls in a great spot. Gunless, bringing his Krig forward. Trophies are up. Defense is good. It's a 4-man push towards the back end of B. You're just hoping to muscle out these players now from Paris. Gunless has had to retreat. And we are going to see a push. That van's got a brand new hood ornament. Flash is going to clean up trophies. And back at it we go. Pristini from the top position. You've got a perfect looking pinch. The setup is all good for now. Pristini's first blood. Lands it. Classic's now going to have to get going. But still, this is such a hard spot to be in. Pristini's going to find kill number 2 of the round. Pristini now looking to find another one. Fire just about gets it. The trades are on point. Scraps now on a 1 versus 2. Can he make this interesting for Paris? Can he finally get them around on the board? The answer is no. Surge. Defense holds 3-0.
And defense holds, but I think, honestly, shout out to Paris for just letting Seattle win that round. They knew Pristini had to be up here, right? They stun checked like that little spot underneath the stairs. Don't get a hit marker. He shot the trophy. You know he's up top. It should be way more obvious he's up top after he shoots Aqua and kills him. And Classic's like, you know what? I don't think he's there anymore. I think Pristini just teleported. Let me try to get the bomb down. And of course, Pristini, well, teleportation doesn't exist in this game, so just shoots him. So nice and easy round for Seattle, I suppose. They'll take what they can get. Comfortable with that 3-0 lead.
We should see them a little bit more comfortable on defense now for Paris Legion. 3-man hit in towards A. It's going to be entirely on Aqua by the beach, man. He could run into some serious trouble here. And oh, this is an interesting read. Submachine gun out, not going to be running the AR. He's got himself out by the catamaran, and now There is an opportunity here for three members of Surge, to run straight past him. But I wonder, will they check it? He's looking the wrong direction. He's not got any eyes on the A-bomb site, and those two players have slipped right through. Pristini, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, could run into potential trouble. And oh my God, here we go. I see you. Eyes on two. Waiting for one more while Pristini makes the gunfights on the other side of the map. And here we go. Aqua springs the trap, finds the first. Nice tags, another second. It's a great round from Legion. Gunless now in the 1v4. It was slow, it was steady chance, but it just about paid off.
Well, they do have the bomb down, so Gunless with the hopeful opportunity to try to clutch this 1v4, but you got the beam from down lane. He's tagged up on one shot, and you can see a player on the bomb. Nothing for Gunless to do. Bomb defused in Paris for their first round win. And frankly, I'd have to imagine in their comms, Seattle was probably just confused as they're working up this beast. They're like, all right, no one's peeking from top visitors. We see nothing. What's going on? No one appears to be on the boat. And well, Aqua with the AK-74U of all things, just making the sneaky play. I think when you move towards this A side, if you get no information, you sort of feel obligated just to play it fast. You think you got an opportunity, but didn't clear out the boat and get punished for it. I apologize, the catamaran.
Thank you.
But either way, Paris now back on the attack.
Yeah, they do a great job. A weird round, but honestly worked out great. Now, super aggressive. Gotta watch out though, Surge reading this one quite well on the defense. They're gonna be there. Fire by the docks. Graps making his way through the side room now, backing up Aqua, carrying that bomb. Here we go, Looney. That flash check tells you everything you need to know. Defense now from Seattle Surge, slowly but surely moving back over towards the B site. Classic now from upstairs. Strikes the first chord from Piano. Gunless now, he's up next. And Classic find one more, no he can't. But here comes Paris, baby! They're charging, and Looney's got the reads. The shots are on point. The team fire coming through. The nade's gonna deal a bit of damage, but not too much. Can Fire stay alive in this situation? One kill's good. A second one would be even better. But my word, Paris, they played it a little slow, a little late. Gunless versus Fire now by the Vans. This is massive. What shots from Gunless? Oh, baby, CL Surge. What a round on defense.
They're clean shots and clean moves as well. I think Gunless ended up getting, what, 2 or maybe 3 that round. Certainly got shots into just about everybody. And that's in spite of the first blood, because Gunless is there for the trades. And again, you talk about strats that aren't entirely expected. I'm not really predicting Gunless to be up top Piano with his 2 SMG players, and for him to also have an SMG for those close-range gunfights. So a mixed bag of tricks, again, for both teams, right? Aqua showing off little sneaky strats over towards the catamaran, and then you got Gunless mixing things up as well. I'd assume going to switch to the AR, just using the sub for the opening break, but either way, you talk about aggression over towards B, here's the next garage.
They're in, but this is so different though. Surge have managed to overtake the stairs. Looney's in there. Looney may be able to find another one here. A little tagged up, nades are good. Fire will just about get out with his life. 2v2 situation now. It's Octane and Pristini. Aqua and Fire. And will Fire a nice mix now as he hits the back. Pristini laying in the trash. You can't see him. You can't see him. Pristini is in an amazing spot by the front of the car. Hey, buddy. Jumps up, finds the kill, and now Fire in a 1v2.
And talk about map knowledge, knowing the player back alley. That is just barely out of his line of sight. So, again, homework being done, and it gives you at least the man advantage. You still need to convert, and well, that bomb obviously not down in the best spot, and Fire obviously playing around it. He will at the very least hear, if not just see these players, and while he slide out to the bomb, Fire taking the shots. Now 2 players line up in front, trying to get the trades, but Seattle overpowering, confident and dominant with that 5-1 lead. And well, there's a big reason why they bullied out to get that street control. Pristini gets to the nice little cheeky lay down spot before the players that were defending A can even wrap back, and you don't see it very often. How are you going to expect that, let alone the 5-1 lead Seattle's throwing up on board?
Seattle now on defense, potentially looking to close it out. It has not been a great run here in Miami for Paris Legion. Will an aggressive A hit be the thing to change it for them? It has to be.
Look at this counter. Literally last round, by the way, Seattle triple stacked over towards B. Reads on point. Now they triple stack the opposite direction. Who's expecting all these Krieg 6s to be pulled out like this, let alone the flank? Easy cleanup kills for Looney. Seattle seemingly infinitely more prepared for this match. They let Miami get through, and well, this is exactly why. Now with 1 versus 3, done and dusted. GG. Seattle looking clean on South Beach.
They really They really hit him with the Blue Eyes Dragon at the end there. Okay, that was the perfect read, the perfect situation to be in. And Seattle Surge, that's going to be that, baby. 2-0 up in the series. The search wasn't even close. My. Paris Legion have a little bit of soul searching to do, and Octane, you've got to be loving it right now. That was a very, very solid performance indeed.
I mean, that is as dominant as you could possibly expect. The only round that they lost, it took Aqua, again, just playing the cheeky catamaran spot, which, I mean, I would never expect. How can you prepare for that? But outside of that round, near perfection. They got the 1v2 clutches to kick it off from Looney when they needed it. They got the strats from Versini, and just across the board, even the hard reads. I have to imagine that is some of the easiest Call of Duty Seattle has played this year. That's probably why they're laughing. Be like, we didn't even have to try. Everything we just did was perfectly calibrated. It's what Paris is going to bring to the table. And well, Scraps might have popped off in game number 1. He struggles in game number 2, but that is self-evident when your team is finding no success.
Oh, what a round of Search and Destroy. That was a very clean one indeed. We will be taking a quick look at our US Army tactical play. Comes all the way from round 1. We're going to give it to Looney. Playing a difficult situation very, very well, Chance. I mean, honestly, a 1v2 that he probably shouldn't have won.
I probably shouldn't have, but again, even just like 15 seconds before this, I would say 90% of players in the league, when Classic picks up the bomb originally, they immediately slide out and try to kill him. Looney, big brain, just repositions to try the 1v2 the opposite direction, hunts down Classic, and well, good timing goes his way. But then after this, the approach to how you win the Doc's Heady fight, Scraps, well, he wants to play to be slippery, doesn't want to take the gunfight, and Looney, well, charges him like a bull. Red flag gets waved, he moves forward and does it with just barely enough time on the clock. Only 2 seconds to spare.
Very, very tight indeed. Not the first time we saw the clock really come into play again. We saw that huge run from Pristini when he managed to get the bomb down as well. So tactical plays abound. And Looney, by the looks of things right now, I mean, someone could surely Photoshop some lightning bolts around him. The boy's been going Super Saiyan recently, hair aside. We love to see it for Seattle Surge fans. Honestly, it's great. However, though, now we go into a control, my friend. That's where things might get a little bit choppy for the boys of Seattle Surge. But alas, that will be for after the break when we return. Map number 3 in this exciting series between Surge and Legion. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Seattle squad is going to be really dangerous.
Seattle's inside! 249! 249! Seattle!
Make some noise for the Seattle Surge!
Absolutely incredible performance from the Seattle Surge. As I predicted, I was so close to the score. I think it ended up being 250 to 197. I had said 250 to 183. I was a little bit off, but in the rules of Jeopardy, I still win. So as you guys could tell, the performance today was phenomenal. We're not even done. We're up 2-0 already. I think we're going to take this a 3-0. I genuinely do. I would not be surprised if we came out on top of this, absolutely doing a complete clean sweep, a clean denial, removal of Paris from today's events. It's been absolutely incredible. As you saw in the beginning, as I said early on, icy hot. I think he lived up to his name. That Semtex in the beginning, killing the teammate, it made my heart drop. I was really scared. But after that, I think he ended up coming back. I think he was on a 7 kill streak at one point or another. I know he had 5. He showed up. He absolutely slayed. He had kill streaks in that hard point. That first rotation was not the smoothest, but he shut down Scraps, took that headshot, and absolutely owned the entirety of that match. I think Gunless was the key player to winning that entire hard point. They're playing like a team game. If you guys watched, I think it was Pristini and Gunless held that for about 25 seconds where they just kept sliding back and forth, taking 3 players to try and take them down, for them not even to lose that. Pristini and Gunless came out on top. Pristini going down, but Gunless taking the entire site. All 4 people on Paris dead for us to get another. I think we got 35 plus points off one hard point right there. The cleanest rotation after the math. It started off sloppy. It got really clean, impeccable. absolutely beautiful gameplay. It looked like someone was painting right in front of me. The performance was fantastic. It does not get better than that. But we proved it wrong, and we took it to Surge, and we just stood up and let everybody see that we are not to be played with. We are the best. We will prove that time and time again. Underdog to champion, it is Seattle Surge. If you guys didn't pay attention, Jimmy Neutron, Looney, the boy genius, it fits. The hairdo, everything about it. I felt like my childhood, this the nostalgia, that 1v2, you can't train someone to do that. The genius behind a brain like that, it's one in a million. The veteran player, the Warlord, the Gunners, Seattle Surge absolutely nailed everything we could have expected from them. Not a single player going negative either. I don't know if anyone noticed that. I think 5-5 was as low as it came, and even then it was Looney being a genius, leading us and paving the way. It does not get better than that. And remember, guys, Seattle Surge, drown them out. Shop.seattlesurge.gg. Thank you. We'll see you guys for the rest of this remainder of the game.
It was on Garrison, and it was against the Dallas Empire.
Yep. Like, again, if you can repeat that performance, excellent. 3-0 versus Paris, excellent. But what are the odds? You know what? Never tell me the odds. Let's just get into this one. Let's let the gameplay speak for itself. Paris, do or die right now. You cannot go down 3-0 to Seattle Surge. That is not what you want. My pick'ems don't want that either. Here we go. Into control and Garrison chance.
And control in the opening break, always going to be key, really, on both sides of the board. Obviously, on offense, you don't want to end up spawn trapped. And Pristini, 0 time wasted, top tank taken down. And, well, you're already behind enemy lines. You're already set up potentially from spawn kills. And, well, you're looking for number 4 and Pristini. As long as he stays alive, that player is, I'm cautioned, right above him. Aqua may be able to get the kill, but until Pristini falls, Paris are going to have a very rough time.
Yeah, this is going to be tough, but here you go. Pristini on the other side of the wall. Looney's in a nice spot to find a few more. Classic does manage to slip through for the time being, but there's Pristini in the kill feed. Now Looney trying to hit these players in spawn, hit them right where it hurts. And this could be it. Is this the new look Seattle Surge in control? Look how well they're playing, Chance. They've grown up just before our very eyes. Looney's playing this so patiently. I love it. Oh, fire. He goes down. Aqua's about to make his way forward. Looney's tagged up. Could challenge it. Why not? Classic, though, with the good comms. Does manage to come through. Pristini, oh, just loses that fight. Like, once again, the trade's on point right now for Seattle Surge. B-Zone's going to get a little bit of love. Gunner's going to say hell no to that one. Try to slow it down. Aqua back on the trades. Now we see Paris finally able to get out of the trap. Now to capture B.
Yeah, Seattle, they love doing this. They love just sending players up into top green and, well, try to make things problematic up top. But Classic able to hunt at least one down. Looney wins a very big gunfight on the flip side, but he gets cleared out, and this B point nearly captured. It looks like Seattle going to be giving it up, and keep in mind, Fire's already pushed through. He's looking for spawn kills. He's able to get just one. And frankly, it's what? Pristini, effectively all up to him and Looney. If these players start to fall, and well, they haven't, they're getting the kills. Ooh. A was going to be open. Now it's just Classic on point by himself, and nice shots from the world champ. Ripping his head off, making sure you're nice and stable.
Just missing out on Aqua as well there, but that's a great play now from Paris to stay alive in mid. Keep that presence known. Just over a minute remaining on the clock. Octane over towards the A zone on defense. Oh boy, Scraps almost caught that one on the run. Big win from Scraps. Fire makes his run to the point, but Looney cuts him down from behind. Now Gunless from upstairs. An absolute warrior finds himself another one onto Classic. Now the clock ticking in favor of Seattle Surge on defense. Life count relatively even. Scraps now lining up for the push. Chance, the defense looks solid. Here comes Paris.
Here comes Paris, but here comes Gunless as well. Keep in mind, we are not very used to seeing him with the AK-74U in hands, and, well, close gunfight there. He was thinking about streaks, but if the streaks don't come, well, Pristini certainly will. 2-piece for him, and, well, you got your main AR posted up at A. They have actually made quite a few adjustments on Garrison, right? They were still pushing top green earlier on defense, but now they are just leaving Octane on this hill and letting all the subs roam around the bricks area going for these kills. So, again, they have done their homework. They have put time in and made these adjustments. Of course, just an 8v6 in Paris. This is their last chance to try to flood in on the point. Classic gets there, but Octane been waiting the entire time, and the swarm from the SMGs is there. Seattle clean on their first defensive round.
Not bad at all. Looking very, very well rounded. Again, it's the plays around bricks and arches here. We're watching Pristini get a nice couple. He finds one more player on their way through square, and all things, man. It's just a transformation for Seattle Surge. They've just managed to just, I don't know, I don't want to say they know how to play now, but they're just finding so much comfort in their gameplay at this point in time. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. The biggest worry I have right now is for Paris Legion. They don't seem to have much wind in their sails. They don't seem to have much, you know, joy de vie right now. So let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen-in with the boys and see how Paris is sounding.
I'm seeing the green. I know you got stairs.
I've been peeking hill, bro.
I'm on mid right now.
Doesn't push
We
down.
got stairs. We got stairs.
Just capping it slow. Just capping it slow.
Jumping out. Yo, top floating.
Lose on point. Lose on point.
Top
Lose on point.
floating.
Top floating.
I got shot from
Three outside the point.
Fully got top floating.
The bullet back out.
He's low floating.
Push it. He's pushing out. Press Cena. Looney and press Cena right now, guys. They're getting aggressive.
I don't see him pushing
Well,
out.
they're getting aggressive.
Where? He's the square, yeah.
What's cat stairs?
Where dead?
L dead.
Nice. Got
Yeah,
yours.
push
Cat
out.
stairs dead.
Last guy, press Cena on B. Last guy. Last guy.
Oh, he got me. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get him.
Dead.
Yeah, I'm top floating. Look my minute tunnel.
Yeah,
I heard you cross. I heard you cross. Look caution. I heard you cross. Look caution.
Behind you. Low floating. Low floating.
Low floating. Low floating.
I'm going
to vent. Nice. One was caution.
I hear you. I hear you. Look
Low
caution.
caution. Low caution. Press Cena so weak.
You
I got
dead.
one you. Nice. Low caution. Still low caution.
Caution, you
Top
do
Top
tunnel.
caution. Octane top caution. Super weak. I'm pushing from P2.
Act him on there.
No, there's two caution. There's two there. They're just standing there. Yo, one's you and two
Caution
caution.
dead. I'm absolute, Euler.
You ain't caution. And
Oh,
one
I'm hitting out.
Good tanks, Luna. Dead.
Nice. The last guy on B.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm coming over.
Nice. Good. Hold.
Guys, you can hear the passion in Paris's comms, honestly trying to keep this map together. That huge clutch play from Classic there, just managing to stop the B point being captured, and since then, things sound pretty good.
And the final kill from Classic was nice, but I think especially the two-piece Aqua got just before that, I think if Seattle had just stacked the point for an extra half second or second, they'd have gotten it. But, well, small mistake, and getting two-piece by Aqua just means it takes that much longer to try to get this B point. Admittedly, with the time stopped off the clock, you can play it like it's TDM and just look for the kills, and you can see the pressure through top green. Pristini actually found the moment, gets the kill up top. He's been able to swing out. His teammates got the green kills, and now they're coming through.
Oh, straight on A point we go. Looney's going to get the cap. Here comes the nades. Here comes the contest up over the top. But Gunless! Oh, my! He lands all three of them. Gunless! It's the same old story as he keeps finding these kills. And Seattle have just exploded all over the A zone. With those kills, the multi-kills land. And now the point, there's three of them stacking up, sharing war stories. And my God, what a round.
Oh dear. Seattle, they have completely swapped up their game plan. This has to be Gunless, right? On the flank, there's one. Tandem number two, and again, doing it with the 74U. Beams on deck, and we really need to talk to the Seattle camp and figure out what their decision was or why they made the switch. Obviously, just because things weren't working, but it used to be, especially when they played like their defensive rounds, one, Gunless would always be rocking the AR, but they would just like leave him and Octane. They'd be on the back tank, in back bricks, just posted up, waiting for the gunfights to come to them. Well, now they've switched it up. It was Octane on defense that at least after the B point was captured, he was the one playing heavy on A, while everyone else with the SMG is rocking around towards bricks. And well, Gunless maybe enjoying the weapon switch. A 6-3 for him, looking for streaks, gets chopped, but no worries. Still on point and still on defense, but I'm just loving what I'm seeing from Seattle today. I really am.
Vintage Gunless, the demon, back at play. And here we go. Capturing the B point will be Paris. A round that they surely felt was theirs. Now they've got to go huge. Fire finds a nice 2 down low. Gunless once again, though, on a 2 spree. Better make it a 3 spree. The man is starting to tear the game asunder as Seattle Surge raining quite literally all upon Paris Legion. Here comes the cruise. Identity, it was eyes on all those plays. He's got full vision of them, able to get at least power, able to at least fire. That was enough, I think, out of that cruise missile chance. At 19 and 11, Gunless is out of control.
I mean, that's a man that knows his courage. Just a nice angle for the cruise missile there. Of course, though, the players actually do fall, so making the best of a dire situation. Paris get the clearance, but then Looney just setting up the trap, letting the players run through, getting the information, and even if he doesn't get the kill, Gunless is there for the trades. That's a 4-man wipe. Now you got the artillery to stop him once again. Seattle, I mean, this is about as perfect of a series as you could possibly ask for. Keeping Paris trapped in the back of their base. They're looking for the 3-0 on the series and a 3-0 on the control. Miles, I mean, this is their best performance the entire year.
This is absolute devastation from Seattle Surge. What an incredible run. Is there going to be a contest in the final moments? Absolutely not. Surge slammed the door in the face of Paris. A 3-0 in control. You called it a 3-0 in the series. That was disgusting.
I mean, disgusting, a clinic, a showcase, a spectacle, whatever you want to call it. They got the job done, and honestly, that has to be one of the fastest series we've had the entire year. Maybe the hard point slows them down just a little bit because it was a fairly tight game, but after that, just dominance and gunless, a massive factor as to why, especially on the Garrison control. Again, took the AR out of his hands, wanted to rock the 74U, whether it's a personal decision or the team decision. It paid dividends there. That is their second control win in a row and on the year. And I can't tell you, that looks like night and day compared to their performances in Stage 1. Seattle, I mean, again, improvements have been the story for them, and improvements are self-evident. One of the best series, well, the best series they've had all year. Even throughout the league, that's certainly a 3-0 that's a contender.
I am beyond impressed at the composure of the Seattle Surge squad. One of the teams we thought would implode internally quite early on when things start to go wrong, but when things go right, they cannot do wrong. A quick look at the stats here of what was a very fast map. Unreal performances. Again, we gave Gunless a lot of love, but the timing from everyone across the board, like the plays, the positioning, Surge were just outstanding. I still go back to that round. We saw Gunners get the 3-piece there on the A zone. It was the moves from Pristini to cut that player out of those aqua top green, sliding on through. The go, go, go in the comms must have been so deafening. They couldn't even hear the kills they were getting. My word, Seattle Surge, whoa! That was a nice one. A big series from them. But Paris, though, Chance, I mean, we saw them have a decent run in the past. We've seen them have nice success, a good, like, relatively tight series against Dallas, albeit a 3-1. But after that, I have to feel like they've just had their morale crushed. Like, is that a breaking point for a squad like this? Do they have the mettle to come back?
I mean, I guess that's the question those players are going to need to answer for themselves, because, I mean, they started off Stage 2 sort of getting bullied out, but they're playing some of the best teams, right? I think they took a loss to Dallas and Chicago, so you don't look good against those teams. Not a lot of teams do, right? But then for Seattle, who, yes, is on the up and up, but have been down overall, to come out with a series like that, there wasn't already a question in the back of the Paris players' mind. There certainly is now, because, I mean, they genuinely just got bullied.
Bullied indeed. Well, we're going to have a look at one of those fine moments of in-game bullying, our scuff play of the game. It was going to be the end of round 2, that very special round with big kills from Gunless, and the opening rips here from Pristini. Mad stuff all round. We saw the pace, the fury, and the raging attack from Seattle Surge. Chance, man, they nailed it. It was Gunless' big 3-piece. Looney staying alive on point there, allows them all to stack up in the end, and it was just poetry in motion. Demon Gunless is back.
And honestly, that is the perfect setup for the team. That's exactly what you want to have. Even the stats towards the end, right? It is Pristini, maybe not with the best KD, but clearly ridiculously high output, high amount of engagements, high amount of damage. And the kill he got top green, that was the opening for the team. There was no need to send your entire squad on the flank. Sending 3 through bricks, Gunless can just make the play himself. Pristini and Looney set him up. He knocks all of them down. They open up the Moscow, gets streaks, you know, after the first 2 or 3 hills. Get streaks on the control, the demon in the respawns, and again, that search and destroy, a thing of beauty. You love to see it, and well, Optic and Rocker, I tell you, I was thinking, you know, if you had asked me a week and a half ago what this schedule looks like for Seattle, I'd say, dude, by the end of that week, they're gonna be down and down bad. Instead, I'm looking at those next 2 series. I absolutely think Seattle can win those. I mean, they just look like a different team, and that is a fantastic run-up potentially for those guys to have going into the second major. And, well, for Paris Legion, they're spelling out wool, and they want to finish that out with a W, but Florida's another team on the up and up, man. Paris, they got to figure something out, and they got to figure it out quick.
Oh, boy. Well, Mutineers is going to be the final team they face here in the road to the major, and it is going to be a tough one indeed. Of course, Florida, we'll see them play a little bit later on today, a nice way to gauge their current form and see if Paris Legion stand a chance. They have a lot of work to do in the lab to make sure that this road to the major doesn't end in an L. Well, That, friends, is that for the match, but we still have lots of fun news coming your way. We've got another home series on the horizon. The LA Gorillas home series coming up from the 1st to the 4th of April. Get it in your calendars. All of that happening right here on YouTube. That's youtube.com/COD League. I'm saying it loudly so we can give it to your neighbors. I want to say it even louder. youtube.com/COD League. And don't forget the major coming up on the 7th to the 11th. It is going to be a bloodbath. The first major was unforgettable. The second one is going to be dumb litty, my friends. Well, that's it for the games. When we come back after the break, Lottie's going to be talking to Pristini after that wonderful 3-0 over Legion. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
Seattle's going to be really dangerous.
Seattle's inside! 249! 249! Seattle!
Make some noise for the Seattle Surge!
The Call of Duty League is presented by Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The US Army, what's your warrior? Hello everybody and welcome to your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight. I do have standing by Pristini from the Surge team, but also I think they come in a pair because, oh, here we go. We've got the brother duo right there, phase up. I love the support there, Preston. But I tell you what, I want to talk all about you right now, Pristini, because you guys looked unbelievably unstoppable against Paris. And honestly, you as a team haven't been at the forefront of the league for a little while, but now you're looking pretty incredible to say the least, and the consistency is coming. So what has that transition been like for you guys as a team?
It's been quite the journey. We've had our ups and downs. Honestly, it's been a lot more downs. So the fact that we're finally improving and, you know, actually getting to where we should be, it shows how much, you know, just composure we have, and you know, we stuck it out, and even through the hard times, we still we knew we had potential the whole time. So I'm glad we're finally getting to where we need to be, and I'm glad we can prove everybody wrong.
In specifics, you know, man, your search was unbelievable. You individually as well. Your strats were on point. Your hard reads were incredible. Paris didn't stand a chance, and you looked so well prepared on that Miami map. So how did you guys manage to execute that one so smoothly?
You know, we actually pulled up the VOD for their Miami, and they played it literally like we watched it today, like before a match, and they played it exactly how we expected, and that's why you saw all these hard counters like perfectly placed like to where they were going to be. It shows how much watching VOD pays off if you do it correctly, and you know, actually scout out the other team and see what they do. So that's why it was so perfectly hard countered from us. We knew everything they were going to do, and we would just happen to call the right strats on the right rounds and happen to know where they were going to be at all times on the map. So yeah, it was just VOD review.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Practice makes perfect, man, and it was very perfect. The reads were just ridiculous. But obviously you're going to be playing Optic come next week. Big game, but you know that they can be taken down. We've seen it before. How are you guys going to head into that match? More VOD review, but really, how do you think you guys are going to stack up against them?
You know, we scrim them. That's all I really have for like, you know, stacking up like in terms of how we're gonna match up. But it can go good or go bad, you know, in the scrims. But I mean, scrims mean nothing. You know, you guys know this. But you know, they're a really good team. Obviously, the best players for the best players in the game. So it's gonna be a tough matchup. We just got to come out and, you know, I gotta stay consistent as well as the team, and I think we come out and put up a good fight against them.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pristini, it was very, very good to see you frying once again, man. An incredible job from you and the team. And congratulations once again, and best of luck going forward for next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, guys. You heard from Pristini himself from the Seattle Surge. An incredible 3-0 sweep against Paris Legion. Another one on the books for them. Can they stay consistent, though? We'll have to find out next week. But we are heading to a break right now. But we do have Empire versus Rocker, the revenge match, coming up next.
Absolutely amazing, astonishing, jaw-dropping. Anything you can think of, that performance describes it. 3-0 clean sweep. Paris stood no chance. Seattle Surge, once again, as you said in the chat, we are a top-tier team. You cannot mess with us like that. You can't underestimate us. We are not the underdogs anymore. We're going to continue to prove that we are here to stay and make this name for us and come out on top as the #1 undeniable team. We came back last week. We came out of the majors, we got our vengeance, and now we are here to dig that hole and make sure that we put everyone else in it while we stand on top looking down. It's been absolutely amazing to co-cast the stream and watch the gameplay that has unfolded today. If you guys weren't watching, Gunless, absolutely insane. That foreign piece to the Tower of Power. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. It was absolutely hilarious to see play back. Gunless climbed the top of the boxes, and he had two teammates laying behind him watching while another one was in the flank. It was absolutely a power move. It was perfectly executed. I don't think they practiced that in the playbook. I don't think you can prepare for that. There's nothing you can do to make yourself ready for a situation like that. And Gunless made sure every single engagement he had, he came out on top. Pristini, Looney, absolutely fantastic as well. If you guys saw the Pristini interview, I laughed a few times. He wasn't wrong in the initial, but if you watch the rest of it, the icy hot, the performance, Gunless was here to absolutely make sure that Seattle Surge had the easiest clean sweep we might have ever had. And I hope you guys are ready, because next week we'll be doing the absolute same. As far as everything else goes, Looney, boy genius. That's going to be my thing for you forever. I don't think anyone in this league has a veteran heart or the brain power that you do. You absolutely made sure that when you retook that site on control, everything you did was executed flawlessly for your teammates to just properly fill in behind you and come out on top. Make sure you guys come back next time. We'll be here in the same exact channel. Tune in. I'll be your host once again. And remember to drown them out. Shop.seattlesurge.gg. Get yourself some sexy apparel, and I'll see you next time.